This is going to be your full body plate stability workout. We're calling it stability because everything we're going to be doing is unilateral, meaning we're using the plates, whether they're imbalanced, one plate in one hand and nothing in the other, or we're going to be moving one limb at a time. This is excellent for stability, excellent for conditioning, excellent for functionality as well. We're going to get started with a very brief warm-up, and then we're rolling. Come down to the floor. I'll go this way so you can see me. All we're starting with push-ups with the Renegade Row. Okay, so we're gonna do about 15, 20 seconds of these. I'll push down and then lift one hand up. And you go at your own pace. Feel free to bring your knees in. Just looking to get warm, taking the elbows back. And when you lift the elbow, you wanna take it up and out. All right, so I'm really looking to put the torso, the core under a little bit of stress. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Stand up. Single leg deadlifts. Hands on the hips. Take your time with this. I'll go 45 degrees so you can see me. I'm hinging forward. I'm looking to square my hips. And I'm standing up. And then I switch legs. Key things here. All 4 corners of your foot on the floor. What does that mean? Both sides of the heel, big toe and pinky toe. I'm trying to spread my foot out. I'm pushing my knee out slightly. Abs are on. And I'm trying to square my chest, shoulders, hips to the floor, meaning I'm trying not to open up like that, okay? I want to square everything to the front. You can point the toe or point the foot, flex the foot. Just looking for the stretch in the hamstrings. Let's do 3 more of these, wherever you are, your own pace. 2 more. Last one. Easy does it. Take the feet wide. We're gonna squat pulse for 20 seconds. Ready? Go. Heels down, knees out. Big chest. If you want to bring the hands behind, you can, but you feel your upper back kind of warm up, which is a good thing. Upper back strength, very important, but we'll have plenty of that to come, okay? 3, 2, 1. Damn, that's all I need. Come on, push-ups, 30 seconds with the Renegade Row, go. If you want to come up on the toes, go for it. As long as you're warm. As long as you are warm. And you can go as fast or as slow as you want to go. Warming up is about getting warm. So if this pace is not getting you warm, go faster. Okay? Get on the knees. Get on the toes. I just want you to get warmed up. Rest. I'm warm because I'm frustrated. Because I was trying to saddle this up, and there's hella stairs to get up here. Single leg, good deadlift, go. So the stairs warmed me up. You know what I mean? 30 seconds. We're gonna see this again. This is why I'm doing it. This is why this is in the warm-up. Get comfortable with it. Hands on the hips, awesome. See if you can do it with one hand, the opposite arm facing the floor. You notice it might be a little easier to balance. I want to lift the leg as high as possible. I'm trying to create a straight line from the back of my head. Look, from the back of my head to my heel. 1 more. Stop. Squat. Pulse. 30 seconds this time. Go. Look at the difference. Put your hands behind your head. Try it. And look at the difference when the fingers are clasped and when they're not. Feel your upper back. Fingers clasped, resting on my head. Not clasped, just fingertips here. Now my upper back really has to work. What is that? Mobility. 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 I need some of that ability. Rest. Okay. Grab one of your medium to large plates. One of your medium to large plates. 27 rounds. 30 seconds each round. 20 seconds rest. We're gonna be here. I'm putting my right hand first. Right hand. Feet mid stance. I'm squatting, push back into an overhead lunge. Squat, lunge. That's the first move. 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Squat. Remember, the plate is overhead before you lunge. And when I lunge, I'm squatting with the chest up. When I lunge, I'm taking the back knee straight down to the floor. Abs on. I'm trying not to lean back. You got 10 seconds left. So it's not a lunge and a press. It's not that. It's an overhead lunge. Squat, lunge, rest. 20 seconds, we'll do the other leg. After the first set, you might be able to get into a rhythm and you can shoot from here to here, okay? You can play around with that, but take your time. Take your time getting there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Single arm goblet, lunge, goblet, lunge. It's better if you come straight out of the goblet squat and push the plate overhead like this. Because then, 10 seconds. This is not about speed. It's about range, quality, rest. 2 more sets each leg. This was a bad idea. No, I'm all right. I'm good. 7 seconds. Rest. Pick it up. Back in the right hand. On your squat, heels down, push the knees out. The ability, look at me real quick. The ability to keep your chest up, that's flexibility in the hips, that's strength in the upper back. That's what we're training. So we're training the upper back in the squat as well as in the overhead lunge. Being able to keep the shoulder extended as I integrate the legs. And remember, if you need to, you can add a step, rest. You can add a step in between each. As in, you can add a pause to gather and then go into the lunge. When the plate's overhead, when your arms are overhead and you're bending the legs, very important. Alignment, super important. I'll explain. Left hand, go. Set number 2. Left arm, left leg. Because our body is a chain, pay attention to what happens when I don't bend my back leg. You see the plate arching back, and my lower back is starting to pinch, but look what happens when I bend my knee. My lower back releases and the plate's able to come back forward. That's what's so important about the legs and about bending the back knee. You'll hear me say it so often when we're lunging. Bend your back leg. It makes a difference. When people say exercises hurt or when they say exercises cause them pain, often these are the reasons, okay? 3, 2, 1. If the plate is kind of heavy for you, slow down a little bit. But I'd like if you got the overhead lunge here. If you need to, you can keep the plate here at the shoulder. That is okay with me. You're still getting the imbalance, the core still needing to stabilize. I'm happy with that. This is a stability workout, right? Time. I wonder if that's too loud for y'all. Let me just turn it down just a little bit, just in case. 8 seconds. I think this is the last set. Yeah, last set for this exercise. Left side. Go for it. You want to talk about the squat or no? Do you? Okay, we'll talk about the squat. All right, on your squat. I'm driving my knees out and my hips back and down. If my hips go back, it makes it easier to keep my torso upright. Watch when I don't put my hips back first. My knees bend, my torso comes forward. You see? But if I put the hips back, it allows me to sit with my chest up, okay? Rest. Hey, there's a method to the madness. I'm not up here telling you nothing, telling you for no reason. You feel me? Lay down. Get your ass on the floor. Okay, plate press. Don't let me say okay for the rest of this class. I'm serious, okay? Shit. One press, fly out, back in. Other arm. One press, fly out, back in. Keeping the elbow in, open, fly, close. When one arm is flying, we're working to keep both shoulders on the floor. Your feet are flat, your lower back is pressed into the ground. Abs are braced hard. Braced hard. Rest. We just did both sides, right? We're gonna do both sides for 2 more sets. I'm sorry, 1 more set. And then we're gonna stick with one side only for 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So use this opportunity, use this one. Go, you're gonna alternate arms. So I did my front arm, now I'm doing my back arm. I'm pressing my shoulders into the mat, but I'm also sliding my shoulder blades down my back. So my shoulders are as far away from my ears as possible. As far away from my ears as possible. I want a long neck, chin off my chest. 10 seconds left. Abs on at all times. I'm trying not to let my lower back bow off the floor. Look at this, where my ribs lift. Rest. We'll do right arm only this time. Your focus, left arm is going to be up. Your focus is trying to get your right elbow to touch your left elbow. You will not be able to, it's impossible. Well, impossible with the plates, sort of. You want to try and get as close as possible, all right? Right arm, press, fly, back in, press. Same arm every time, 30 seconds. Notice how different this feels. You're able to get a little bit of burn, time under tension in the right pec. And because we're focusing on moving the elbow and not the plate, we activate a lot more of the chest. Mind-muscle connection is a real thing. It is a real thing. Rest. Woo! That's a little spicy. That's a little spicy. Who am I talking to? Can you even hear me? Left arm this time, 10 seconds, and then we're rolling. You can see what I'm talking about now that I'm doing the front arm, or the arm that's facing you. Watch how I scoop. Go, go. I'm scooping my elbow up and in. And as the plate lowers, depending on how heavy this is for you in relation to your body weight, the weight may start to pull your body this way. That's where the core and stability comes in, keeping both shoulders, shoulder blades firmly on the mat. Both of my hips are on the mat, and my right arm is perpendicular to my body. It's straight up and down. Rest. Mama say, mama sa, mumaku sa. So apparently, in the song, he says, "I'ma say something, something. I'm not gonna stop." I need to figure that out. Right arm, go. Right arm. One more set each arm. He says something, but it's not "Mama say, mama sa, mumaku sa." It is, "I'm not something, 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 something. I'm not gonna stop." Apparently. Move the elbow as far away from your body as possible, and then scoop it in. Down, up, out, in. Down, up, out, in. What might start to happen, look, is the arm that's up might start to sag a little bit. You still got to keep this extended, don't you? Yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was. It was floating down, wasn't it? You're not slick. I can see you. And I'm going to call the cops. Quit playing. Last set. Down, up, out, in. Down, up, out, in. I have to remind myself to keep my right arm straight. No! And I'm bracing my abs hard. The further away the plate moves from the midline, the more the core has to work. Because if I just relax my core, my hips will lift. This is where the stability comes in. from the shoulder, rest, to the acetabulum. What's next? Oh, goody. Single arm dead row. Remember what we did in the warm up? Watch this. Plate in the right hand. You're gonna tip forward, plate in the left hand. Right leg, left arm, go. Tip, row, lower, stand up. 30 seconds this leg, then we'll switch. One plate. You can have your medium to large plate. If that's too much, do your small to medium. Square the hips. I'll show you from the side. I'm staying on this leg because it's important to kind of get into a rhythm so you can understand where your weight's distributed, where you need to be pulling. And notice that I'm pulling the plate, rest. I'm pulling the plate back to my hip. So I'm about to switch legs and arms. Left leg, right arm, right hand. Look where I'm pulling. Don't go yet, I'm just showing you. I'm pulling to my hip, not to my chest. Pull back to your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip, rip, dip, zip. Ooh, that's a good one. Tip forward, rip the plate up, dip it back in the cheese, and then zip it up. What did I say? Tip, dip, no. Tip, rip, dip, zip. Oh my goodness. See, look, I'm not focused. Rest. 2 more sets each leg. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna add some weight. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I like this move. You can grab 2 plates, or you can grab a big one and a small one if your hands can manage it. What you don't wanna do, do this set first. Then I'll tell you what your option is. Find that sweet spot. How far forward do you need to tip so that your standing leg is your center of gravity and your body's evenly distributed front to back? Legs are much heavier than the lower body. That's why we got the weights here and not in the leg. It'd be a little more difficult if it was reversed because your feet don't have opposable thumbs. Hello. Other leg, other side. Your focus, keeping hips square. Stability. If you get 5 reps, I'm happy. 5 high quality reps is excellent. Do not rush. Go. Yes, we're trying to condition ourselves, for sure. However, this workout is more about the production team. And what I mean is, it's about the people who are behind the scenes. So normally, the pecs, the glutes, the hamstrings, the lats, biceps, triceps, they get the glory. Nobody's talking about the muscles that stabilize. Rest. Here's your option. If you want, you can put a big plate in one hand, a small plate in the other. So you still get the imbalance and you have to stabilize, but it gives you a little bit of assistance staying steady when you tip forward. I'll show you what I mean. Go. I'm right foot down, plate in left hand. This helps me it evens out. One, it gives my arms the same thing to do, which from a proprioceptive standpoint or kinesthetic standpoint is easier for the body and mind to process. But it also provides a little bit of counterbalance, just a little, for the weights in the other hand. Rest. So that's an option. You want to work your core? Don't do crunches. Grab a big plate and a small plate and do lunges. Or walk. Your core has to stabilize because one is pulling more than the other. Even just doing this, walking like this, my core has to work. Switch. Left foot, right hand, go. Don't forget to row. Don't forget to row. Tip, rip, dip, zip. Feel your foot making those micro adjustments. Ankles kind of rocking back and forth. Strong ankles in the making, baby. baby. Oh, relax. Woo! Next, 2 light to medium plates. Very light plates. Grab your small plates. You might need these to be even smaller. Here's what we're doing. We hinge forward. You can do this with 1 plate or 2 plates. Hinge forward, lift twice, and then stand up. Go, palms in. So 2 I raises. Stand. Why is it called the letter I? Because the I straight up and down. Hello. I, Y, T. Tip. 1, 2, stand. 5 seconds. Rest. Oh. If your small plates aren't getting it for you, you can take one of the big plates, put it in your hands like this, hold it here, and you can raise this way. I'll do a set like this to explain. So I got 1 plate in my hands. I'm tipping forward, 45 degrees, and I'm lifting. The difference between holding 1 plate and 2 plates, this is more bilateral. Now, my hands work together to move 1 item or 1 weight instead of them having to work individually. I'm able to move more weight this way, for sure. Rest. It's more evenly distributed. There's less stability required, less stabilizer required from the shoulders individually. If I have my hands just moving in space, my rotator cuff, okay, teres major, minor, supraspinatus, right? My scaps, my rhomboids, rear delts, they have to do a lot more. But when I'll grab it, let's go, 3rd set. But when I use 1 plate or the bar, they work together a little bit more. Remember, you hinge forward, 2 raises. Excellent for upper back strength. Underrated superpower, upper back strength and mobility through the upper back. I'm working on my mobility at the moment for my upper back. Rest. Cossack squats. Oh my, this is probably my favorite exercise because I'm trying to learn how to do the middle splits. 1 of your heavy plates. Take your feet wide, super wide. Well, not super wide. You have to adjust it, I guarantee. Plate here, rack to the collarbones. Go. I'm squatting this way. Whoo! Chest up. Pushing the knee out. And my hips push back. Play around with the feet. Play around with the width. Play around with the direction the toe is pointing in. And you're just going to each side. You keep the foot flat on the floor and you stretch the inner thigh. If you lift the toe up, you stretch the hamstring. I'll show you what I mean. Rest. Look at me real quick while you're resting. When I squat this way, look, the inside of my thighs was stretching. If I lift the toes up, now it's the bottom of the back of the leg that's getting stretched. So it depends on what you want. If you want to work the hamstrings, lift the toe. Inner thigh, abductors, adductors, foot down. Go. But important, keep the chest up. It's really easy to do this, especially in these because they require so much flexibility and range in the hips. So use the plate as a stimulus or a reminder to keep it flat. That'll keep your chest up. You don't have to go low. Look, you might be here. As long as you're pushing the knee out and the weight's in the heel, rest. That's more than enough. 1 more set. I love these so much. If you want to, you can follow me this round. Instead of coming up in the middle, you just push across. Push across. Try it with no weight, try it with some weight. Your thighs, your hips, they'll thank you for it. Ooh. See the little adjustment I made with my feet? Oh! Keep going, 15 seconds. I need to come up for air. Drop. Drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what the most shocking part? Lay down on the floor, lay down on your back, grab a plate, medium to large plate. The most shocking part about this, to me, is that I get the rounds right. Okay, it's 27 rounds in 30 seconds. I don't have anything telling me. I have the list of exercises, but I didn't do like the timer, like to tell me what the exercise is. Look at me, lift your hips, drop the plates, lift the plate, drop the hips. Go, hips up, plate down, plate up, hips down. Zip, dip, rip, dip. It only works if it's 4 different ones. So the tip, rip, dip, zip. That works. As the plate goes overhead, I'm trying to keep the shoulders pushed down, rest away from my ears. A little bit of lat, a little bit of tricep, core, booty. That's what we're working here. But it's also about the hips stabilizing as the upper body moves, keeping the hips high. 2 more sets, see if you can do single leg. Alternate. So I'm gonna lift, extend, in, drop. Other leg up, boom, extend, switch. If you feel a little bit of heat in the butt, maybe the muscles of the lower back, that is a good thing. We don't work those often. The muscles that link the tendons, ligaments that link, rest the upper body to the lower body. They're weak in a lot of us. That's why we need to work them. They're massively underused. They're turned off. We're sitting down all day. We're hunched forward. We're laying down. Every night, I've been trying to get in the habit of not sitting in a chair at night. I sit on the floor, or I squat, or I just stretch. Go. So if I'm watching Netflix for 2 hours, I'm sitting on the floor, squatting, rolling around, stretching for 2 hours. If I watch it for an hour, same thing. And I'll resist the urge to lean on the couch, to sit in the chair. If I lay down, I lay down on the floor. It's just, it's a good time to do it. I know some of y'all, a lot of y'all rest. That's it. I know some of y'all got kids. You might not be able to do it, but just find time to show some love to the body. Know what I'm saying? That's really important in life. Plate stability, functional conditioning. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Until next time, peeps.